Hey YouTube, Hopsy here with another quick video, and today we're going to be talking about OBS settings. I know there's a lot of videos out there discussing like what are the best settings for Twitch, but I've been seeing a lot, especially on Reddit, with people saying, hey, I set it up, but I'm having issues. It's looking fine for me. The gameplay, looks perfect on my side, but in OBS, or I should say on Twitch, it's skipping or it's not running smoothly, different things like that. So I just wanted to touch base really quickly on that and go over some of the main reasons why it may be on your side looking okay, but for viewers it's not looking smoothly. A lot of the times it's a super simple fix, so let's get right into it. So the biggest thing, hands down, that would be causing any of this is under, let's see, your main output. Now, the first things first, if you're using OBS Classic, you want to already switch over to OBS Studio. They've stopped supporting OBS Classic, and OBS Studio at this point just runs a whole lot better. So that's the first thing I would recommend if you haven't done so already. Now, inside OBS Studio, and this also works for Classic, you have your output here, right? The single most important part for the quality of your stream is under CPU usage preset. This is basically how much of your processor is being used to affect the quality of the stream. Now the problem is if you don't have a super high-end processor, you're not going to be able to have the best looking stream, but you can still select it to be a slower. So the slower, which also means the lower you go, the better your stream looks, but the more of your processor is used. I have a 4790K, it's an i7 Intel processor. I play a lot of shooters and whatnot, so most of the time I have to have mine set to faster. I've tried 100 different ways and it just does not work on fast unless I'm playing a low speed, low processor intensive game. Now with that being said, if you have a processor that's not as good as mine, you're probably going to have to go up even higher depending on the game you play. You have to keep that in mind. Some people say, hey, part of the time it works okay, part of the time it doesn't. It might just be that you have the same settings for all your games and some of the games are just more processor intensive. This is going to be the #1 spot to prevent choppy footage on Twitch for your viewers. So if you're having issues with that, you want to up this. You can go up like one at a time, keep testing it out. One really good way to test it is create a secondary Twitch file or Twitch account, and then put in the stream code, and then you can actually stream and test it without it actually going to your normal Twitch account. That's how I tested a lot of my stuff. So just keep raising this until you notice it running smooth, and then you'll probably also realize, hey, I want a new processor because this is the #1 thing to improve the quality of your stream. The lower you go, the clearer your picture is going to be, but you're going to need a darn good computer to do so. Other than that, some of the standard stuff that can do it is obviously like output scaled. You definitely want to be on 720p. Just for this recording of this video, I have it set to 1080, but normally when right here on output scale, I have it set to 1080 or 720. Downscale filter. This does affect your processor quite a bit as well, not as much, but I have it set to 32, which is the best you can do. You just really got to play around with each processor and these settings and kind of figure out what is your sweet spot. For me, on this one, it's set to faster, and on video set to 32-bit Lansicos, but it really just varies from processor to processor. And then when it comes to FPS, it's obviously just 30 or 60. Some people have messed with different numbers. I would just recommend 30 or 60. Obviously, if you can do 60, it looks clear. But if you're not playing a super, fast-looking, fast-moving game, all you really need maybe is 30. So those are going to be the main things to affect the quality of your stream and it not working right. Another thing that I've run into a lot as of late is people having it run really well, and then suddenly out of nowhere it starts giving processor overload errors and things like that, and then starts running choppy for viewers. For me, I actually started having this issue, and strangely enough, I went through everything, and the thing that helped fix it, I just needed to clean up my computer. And what I mean by that is dust. Dust was on my motherboard, dust was on my graphics card, and not a lot. Cleaned it up, seemed to fix it. Weird, I know, that fixed it. Another guy I know had issues, and out of nowhere he had a virus protection on his computer. Removed that. I don't know why, but it was using more processor as of late. Fixed it. So there can be some weird side things that start messing with your computer. I would also look into that if it was working fine and then suddenly started having issues. But other than that, the main culprit for almost all issues with streaming not being smooth is the CPU usage preset. So take a look at that, keep messing with it, and you'll hit your sweet spot. Other than that, please like and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.